Happy New Year, fellow sailors. This week's episode is a combination of multiple trips when we were at the boat.
Picked up this Universal M40. A little more power than the last motor. Supposedly it has low hours. Seems like it's been kept up with. Not all rusty and still had a good zinc in it. Relatively good. Came with the whole gauge pod and everything. So I'm going to do all the maintenance here where it's nice and easy before we put it in the boat.
Rob found it on Facebook Marketplace from a guy near us. It was taken out of a damaged boat, but it ran just fine.
So yeah, so it's easier. We're not jammed up trying to change oil filters and stuff like that. Alright.
Rob also replaced the raw water pump. We went for a nice walk at Newcastle Battery Park. Then had a delicious comfort-style dinner at Jessup's Tavern. Highly recommended. They have a wonderful colonial maritime environment too. Today, me and Atlas are just keeping Rob company while he takes out some bad or unused wiring. He says the wiring looks horrendous, and we'll have to eventually take care of it sometime too. Atlas loves his sleep, never misses out on a chance to take a nap. Rob's replacing all the hoses and the thermostat, so they're all good to go when the engine's in the boat. He cleaned the heat exchanger because it was corroded and chipping, being copper, and then painted it. He replaced the coolant hose going to the thermostat housing. It's nice we have our garage that Rob warms up so he could still work on things such as the engine today during the off-season. We're so happy to have found a reasonably nice engine already, so we're that much closer to getting back into the water. Next trip, Rob's parents met us at the boat. Rob and his dad folded up the mainsail and worked on little things, while me and Debbie, Rob's mom, just hung out in the car, keeping Atlas warm. These are our old batteries Rob took out because they were old and swelled up. Here are some pictures of the work that has to be done. These holes have to be replaced. Because the bulkhead was rotted out, the bolts for the steering cable pulleys were pulling through the bulkhead. We're also rerouting the deck drains, and so much more.
I'm sure if you are doing it for a living, you want to be a little more.
This next time was just Rob and his friend helping us shrink wrap our boat with plastic. We figure it's the best thing to do since we have so much work to do inside the cockpit and deck, so it'll help keep the weathering out. You roughly measure from the mast to the bow, and then from the mast to the stern. Then cut slits in the plastic for all the standing rigging and the mast. Then use a propane heat gun to heat up the plastic, causing it to shrink.
Hi Josh.
Hi, CJ.
If you'd also like to have access to work in the boat like us, you have to make a door. They cut a hole in for the door, then Rob taped on the door he bought that has a zipper for access.
Reason why we shrink wrapped it is I got a lot of work to do inside. And motor work, a whole bunch of fiberglass, seal all the port lights. So make it a lot easier to work in the rain and stuff. We're covered all the time. Otherwise, I don't think we would have shrink wrapped it. But looks good. Got it done. Thanks to Josh.
And of course, me and Atlas went to visit Rob and bring him some food. Looks good.
Doing the last little bit here. Can't reach the very top of it from the ladders we got. So, looks pretty good. Got a fan set up so I don't die from carbon monoxide poisoning. Here we go. Woo. Yep. Now, is this the right way to do it? I don't know. Don't care. Shrink wrap is all done. Let the killer work commence. That solves all that action happened today. Ugh, gross. Stuck in the deck drains. That's why I want to change this. Another reason why I want to change this. Just go straight down, right out of the boot. So it's not collecting all this crap from inside there. Slowing the water down. So I just poke my hand through there. We're getting pretty close to not being able to steer. The rudder post back there. All the pulleys going up to the steering post. Yeah, if that would have broke off the wall, it would have been a bad day. Time to replace all that too. All closed up. Sun setting. It's a great night. Wish we could stay longer. Got stuff to do. All the stuff to take out of the boat today. Just making it lighter. That's all.
We love this marina that we're at now. They have bathrooms open year-round, and they have an electric hookup close to each boat to use. We love that it's in a very rural area too. You don't hear any cars or any noise except nature around you. The birds, the water, and maybe some boat work when other people are working on theirs too, but it's not that often, especially not during the off-season. Rob helped our friend Chris pull the engine out of his new boat. Rob was using his phone to look at the exhaust because it was in a weird spot.
Pulling the binnacle off because it was cracking and it was wobbly, and I think this is the reason why. Just a guess. All the wood over here is all rotted too, so more work. Fun. I'll clean it. But it keeps getting lighter. I'm gonna start ripping that bulkhead out.
What'd you do? Go in the mud? Go in the mud? Your spots are black.
Oh, and that
Harness.
Alright, we're cutting this bulkhead out today. I noticed all these bolts were loose. Surprised this thing didn't rip out while we were sailing this thing. I'd like to do a better job than this. There's a big old hole. Cut the whole thing out. Put a new piece. There's most of that one bulkhead. That's where our steering was attached. No washers, no backing plate, no nothing. Got very lucky. Very lucky. Didn't rip out in the middle of the ocean or something. That's where it came out. Still got more work. A lot more work. Factory, just pine in there. Pine plywood. Keep going. This is how they got this whole thing mounted on.
Buddy! Hi, buddy. Oh. In next week's episode,
alright, I'm about to drop this rudder. 3 bolts out somehow. They came right out. Here's your reminder to check everything on the water line every once in a while. Engine bed, pull these through holes out. Oh yeah, and that